As we take a look here in the staging area, as we mentioned, the countdown has begun. The map will begin to load, and we are underway. The Warcraft 3 final for the 2005 World Cyber Games U.S. Championship. And we're going to go ahead and get started.
All right, it's great to be here. I'm excited to cast this match. It's going to start off on Twisted Meadows. The players are spawning not too close to each other. Again, we have Night Elf here starting against Night Elf. So a lot can happen in this game. From the start of the match, I can tell whether or not these players will be going their standard build or trying something a little new. I do know that watching Short Round play for quite some time now, that he has been working on a interestingly new strategy. So it'll be great to see if he tries to use this in the tournament.
It looks like that Short has got his altar down somewhat late here. I don't even see an altar chosen yet.
Right, this actually means that Short Round will be going a neutral hero in this game. He has chosen to go the Ancient of War first, a late altar, because he won't have to build his hero. He just has to go to the tavern with a unit and summon him from there. Meanwhile, his opponent, Pure, has chosen to go the altar first, so we'll see him sticking to a standard Night Elf hero.
At first, Moonwell almost completed, and the Ancient of War halfway done for a Short Round. We're going to take a look inside the base here of his opponent, Pure. Taking a look at the Altar of Elders. I'm curious what hero he's going to select first.
Taking a look at him, he's waiting right now. His altar is complete, and he hasn't decided on his hero yet. It might be that he's trying to see where Short Round is at and perhaps check out his build, because just from his build, he will be able to determine if Short Round chooses to go a regular Night Elf hero or not. And not able to scout Short Round in time, he's just going to stick to a safe hero, which is the Priestess of the Moon. That's going to allow him to add some additional aura to his units.
Wisps pass each other just as they continue scouting the map. Pure almost finding the location here, and he has indeed found Short Round, and is probably just going to place that Wisp on a tree nearby just to keep track of his opponent's movement.
All right, Short Round's going to open this game with some archers. With his Ancient of War already up, he's got one archer out. His altar here just about complete. Pure, who scouts the base, says, knows right away that Short Round has decided not to go the natural Night Elf hero. So he's going to try and see where that unit is heading over to the center tavern so he can see what exactly Short Round's going to go.
That would be a bit of surprise, wouldn't it? If you're expecting one thing and it's something completely different.
To surprise Short Round, Pure has decided to cancel his Priestess of the Moon that was building from his altar, and he will go neutral as well. Looking at the very center tavern, Short Round has chosen to go the Alchemist. This is a very underused hero. Alchemist is hardly ever used, and here Short Round has chosen to go it first.
Now, what would be the benefits of selecting an Alchemist as a neutral hero above what is given to you as a starting Night Elf player?
Honestly, to tell you, I have rarely casted a game where a Night Elf player or any player ever goes the Alchemist first. He's just a really underused hero. I'm not sure exactly the reasoning behind his decision and selection, but I do know that he's been practicing with it a lot. And I hope that, or I'm pretty sure he's taking this game seriously. Some people might be looking at it from the outside and wondering if he's just messing around, because no one goes the Alchemist first. And especially in a very important tournament like this, to see him choose that hero is quite a surprise.
So this is completely unexpected, and beyond anything his opponent could have imagined.
Yes, I'm sure Pure didn't expect this. However, in the round before, when Short Round did play against Wizard, in Game 2 he did choose to go the Alchemist as a second hero, and was able to win that game, and Wizard is a very tough opponent.
Short Round just now deciding to put down his altar. It is finished. He's not selected a secondary hero just yet. We'll be waiting to see what he needs to choose to counter his opponent's movement.
So Short Round here just got done creeping the gnolls right outside of his base. That's how they sound when they die, though. I can't hear the sound very well, but I know how they go. Meanwhile, over on Pure's base, I didn't think we mentioned his hero choice yet. His first hero will be the Pandaren Brewmaster. He canceled his Priestess of the Moon, picked out the Panda, and is now creeping the gnolls outside of his base.
He's got a couple Huntresses on the ground to do some melee damage with that Pandaren Brewmaster to aid him in leveling up. He is almost 1/3 of the way to his level 2. We're going to take a look at the neutral hero selected by Short, if I can just get a fix on him. And he is headed over to the Goblin Merchant right now, and he is going to pick up a Dust of Appearance.
The big difference between these two players right now, if you look over at Pierre's base, he is actually still at tier 1. He hasn't even begun his tech yet. He has 2 Ancients of War up, so he's just going to stick to mass Huntresses right now. Early on, going out, trying to creep with his Panda. Still at level 1. He's trying to reach to level 2. He's going for the Null Warden right outside of his base, so some more Nulls dying. While Short Round is just sticking with Archers. His Alchemist is going to be his main tank in this game. He's already almost to tier 2, about 95% away, and he'll reach his tank much quicker.
We've got a Hunter's Haul on the way for a Short Round. And we are still just leveling up heroes at the moment. We have some Hunters on the way to midfield to support the Alchemist that is now a level 2. And not far away is Pure's units. We could maybe see... Nope, he's not going to go for the creep by his Goblin Merchant, moving back towards midfield. These players may run into it, and we're going to see a short battle here as the Alchemist starts to do some damage to one of the Huntresses. The Huntress is going to go down. We're going to see a very small battle here. Will Pure be forced to back off?
This is not looking good for Pure at all. He only has 1 hero, his level 2 Pandaren Brewmaster, while Short Round just picked up a 2nd hero here at the tavern. He's got the Naga Sea Witch, Naga at level 1 right now, Alchemist at level 2. Archers versus Huntresses, where Short Round does have a Death of Appearance on him, so he's continually revealing the units of Pure. Pure cannot hide at this moment. We have Pure currently at 32 population, Short Round sitting at 32.
Another Huntress will fall, and Short Round going to chase a 3rd Huntress off. Very low on life right now, 35. Will he be able to finish that unit? He will, and now they're going to work on the Pandaren Brewmaster here. Working on a very short life, 320, dropping very quickly.
Panda trying to run away, but it doesn't look like he can make it. The frost cold arrows of the Naga is chasing him down. Following, he's trying to run to the Goblin Merchant shop, heading on up, down to 100 HP, still running. The Alchemist not too far behind. Naga being tripped up by the Huntresses up here, and it looks like she's going to have to pull back and retreat before she falls down.
That Naga Sea Witch now has 4 Huntresses on top of her. That Alchemist still chasing the Pandaren Brewmaster. 55 life left before using that Town Portal Scroll to get him to safety. Now is very nice work by Short Round trying to work down that first hero.
Right, Pierre is now down only still at tier 1 right now, hasn't even teched yet at 38 pop, where we see Short Round currently at 32. In his main base, he does have tier 2, putting down now an Ancient of Lore.
We have Short Round in his base, deciding to produce some Huntresses of his own, reproducing some Archers as well, to support some more leveling up of both of his heroes now.
I'm waiting to see if Pierre is actually going to try and get a 2nd hero or not. I haven't seen him play often. I'm not sure how well he does with a Panda, but actually that's also an underused hero. Not very many people go the Pandaren Brewmaster. But to counter Short Round in his main base, he's already starting to build some Blade Throwers. He's got a couple of Blade Throwers heading on now while he's out creeping the Goblin Merchant shop on the right-hand side of the map.
And we are seeing Short Round right now in the middle of the map by the tavern, and he's going to head up to his opponent's base. He's going to see a few Huntresses. Actually, he's got some siege units on the way. Short Round decides he needs to get those out of the way very quickly, so he's going to take those down. One of them falls. He's going to chase another one. Huntresses and a Brewmaster coming in. The Brewmaster still very short on life, and this could be a bad situation for Pierre's only hero at the moment.
Yes, we have a battle right here outside the Goblin Merchant shop. Pierre drops down a health, ward healing, but it looks like it's just dropped down, got shot down by Short Round. We have another battle. It comes the Alchemist now, casting his spell. It looks like not very good for Pierre. Pulling back a little bit, the Glade Throwers have been taken down by Short Round. The Alchemist trying to chase after the Panda, very low on HP. He doesn't have a Scroll Town Portal on him. On the run, 100 HP, still running. And it looks like he's being chased. I think he's going to go
36
down.
life, he's going to fall.
He's still trying to run away. Alchemist not too far behind. I think he's using Rage. And
16 life, can he catch him? Can he catch him? He's on the run. One more swing. He takes him down before he gets back home. Incredible
just right outside
chase.
his Moonwell. He was so close to getting some health, almost buying a health pot, but doesn't make it. Down goes a level 3 Pandaren Brewmaster. Short Round goes back to try and save his Naga Sea Witch, who's out battling the Huntresses of Pierre by himself. He does have a Dryad with him, a couple of Huntresses, and the Alchemist now has returned.
Pulling those Huntresses back to take on the remaining foot units that Pierre has left to deal with that Naga Sea Witch. We have a couple of... Oh my gosh.
Pierre calls GG. It is
game over
for game
already.
1. In less than 10 minutes, Short Round takes the win. So now we move on to game 2.
Kim, that was a very fast map.
It was very fast. I really don't think Pure had expected the strategy that Short Round was going. He did choose to go the Alchemist first. I knew he was going to try something a little bit different, and it seemed to pay off okay for him.
Now what edge exactly did going the Alchemist give him in that map?
From looking at it, it seems that Short Round chose to go Acid Bomb, and the skill on the Acid Bomb for the Alchemist reduces the armor of the units of his opponent. So when he goes that, the units of Pure just do not have enough armor, and they get kind of shot down pretty quickly.
An extremely fast map on Twisted Meadows between those two skilled players, and we are immediately heading back into the second map here, the second map for today's final, Echo Isle. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Echo